What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another unboxing, a rather spicy one. Now before I go ahead and show you what's in the package, I just want you to notice this t-shirt. Normally you know that I'm always wearing an apron, but I'm wearing this t-shirt because it's a brand new company that my friend started, Victor Molina. The name of his company is Mi Casa Tu Casa. He's located in Spain, and I think specifically he's located in Barna City. So he made t-shirts. I wanted to encourage him. I got two, this geisha one which you see, as well as the one that I'm currently wearing. This word here, which I believe is pronounced oido, is a bit like the analogous way of saying yes chef in professional kitchens. When the orders are given to the sous chefs and everyone else in the kitchen, people reply with oido, which is essentially like saying heard. So I think he's got a freaking sweet t-shirt design. I wanted to encourage him and buy two of them. Of course, I love wearing t-shirts, so today you will not see me in my Franco Allo photography apron. It's all about Mi Casa Tu Casa. Alright, so let's get into this unboxing. Now before I go ahead and use the trusty Kigo to open the package, what you should know is if you haven't watched the two videos ago, I talk about how I don't want to grow my collection indefinitely. That if I'm going to be adding more knives to my collection, now that I'm at the 22, 23 plus number of knives, that I either want to get rid of one or add very specific knives. And so of course I've given a Nikiri to my mother so that she can have a knife that she never had in her own collection, and therefore I've added something else, something special. So let's dive right in. Alright, here we are. So before I open the box, I know that's always the part where people really want to see what's in the box. It's normal, it's an unboxing video. Here's this beautiful little pamphlet that came with my purchase. So this knife was purchased from Le Moulard. Funny story about Le Moulard. So, of course, my Japanese knife collection started with a Shun Classic at the tender age of 16. And then the the first ever really fine handmade Japanese kitchen knife I ever got my hands on was in this shop in Montreal. I believe it's on Saint-Joseph. I remember asking him, like, what's your cheapest knife? You know, in terms of cost, not quality, of course. And he said I had this 250 millimeter petty. He gave it to me in hand. I wanted to touch the heel to see if it was sharp. It cut my finger immediately. I was too embarrassed to tell him I cut myself, so I applied pressure with my thumb. Had a look. I'm like, yes, this is some nice Damascus. And I handed it back to him. Now this is my first knife from his shop. There was an incredible sale, 75% off, and so I got myself what's in here. Actually, you know what? Let me open and show you first. So here's the box. Now this is a style of knife that I don't yet own. There's also a beautiful Magnolia saya that came with it. And this will give you an idea of what type of knife it is. You might think it's a banka, but it's actually a Hakata. Let's open the box. Don't do it! This is Frankie. Frankie from the future. And I'm telling you, Frankie of the past, that the box that you have in your hand that you think is the right knife, actually, it's the wrong one. Le Moulard sent you the same knife smith that you were going after, the same knife style, but it's the wrong series. And so, stop. We're moving on to this box. Alright, so what you see here in front of you is my new knife purchase. Nothing happened outside of the ordinary, trust me. So, here's the maker's mark. So, the blacksmith for this new knife in hand is Kazuomi Yamamoto. He's from the Sanjo, Niigata area. His predecessor, his uncle, was Yoshida-san. They've been in service since 1919. Now let's see what's in the box. Now Sanjo, part of the Niigata prefecture, is essentially just northwest of Tokyo. And so what we have in here is my first Hakata. It's 100, I believe the box says 182 millimeters, which is super specific, but that is indeed what it says, 182. So it's a 182 millimeter Hakata. First one to enter my collection. Before we take a look at the blade, ooh, that's a cool handle. So this is Makassar ebony, and we have a blonde buffalo horn bolster. I wanted one with a lot of character, so a bit darker on one side, a bit lighter on the other. And here is the reveal. Nice. Look at that. Here's the maker's mark. 182 millimeter Hakata. It's Shirogami 2, so white steel number 2, with an Nishiji finish, which is a finish that's supposed to mimic the finish of a pear skin. So some slight texture there. Have a look at the spine. Now, a Hakata, for those of you that aren't familiar, and I have a feeling most of you won't be familiar, but a Hakata probably at least looks to you in terms of familiarity to a banka or a santoku. It's actually a santoku in the style of the Hakata region, that region being on the island of Kyushu, just south of Honshu, the island that has Tokyo. And so this is just their interpretation of a santoku, and I absolutely wanted to have one in my collection for two reasons. I think that the accentuated spine is super cool, right? That curvature going up. And then take a look at how aggressive that K-tip or reverse tanto is. Look at that angle, right? Most bankas would probably be at like 45-degree angle. A santoku will kind of just dip. This is so aggressive looking. So that aggressive K-tip with the accentuated spine makes for an absolutely gorgeous knife. This is beautiful. This is, again, a beautiful piece of art by Yamamoto-san. It's part of Lemoular's Takahashi series. And yeah, that is a great Hakata. It comes with its own Magnolia saya, which is also gorgeous. I especially love the saya pin, right? Look, how cute is that? So this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to use this, and we will use this. So if you've liked what you've seen so far, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you know when the next video is coming up. And don't go anywhere because we will be using this on a few food items to see some first impressions. And speaking of first impressions, is there anything more fun, right? I know it's not the best measure of how sharp is the edge of a knife, but is there anything more fun than the paper test? So here I'm taking a look at the blade. Yeah, looking nice and oily. It hasn't been used. Here we go. Let's flip that around. Gorgeous. Silky smooth. Silky smooth. Look how it bites. And just for shits. Uh-oh, am I going to get demonetized? There you go. Now, you know what? Before we try this out on some food items, Mr. Guillaume at Lemoular was kind enough to also send me another knife. And it's also by Yamamoto-san. Let's take a look at what's in this one. This one is a 120 millimeter Ko Kirutsuke. So I own a Kirutsuke. It's a 240 millimeter one. It's one that the tattooed chef from Slovenia made me. If you want to have a look at what that knife looks like, video will be right here. This one is a Ko Kirutsuke. So Ko meaning like a smaller version of another style. So the Kirutsuke, which is typically longer. Beautiful shosugi band, so burnt walnut handle. Also Nishiji finish, also by Yamamoto-san. How gorgeous is that? So we're going to be using these two knives. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed that unboxing video where you got two for the price of one. Love this Hakata. Love this Ko Kirutsuke. Now let's go give these a try and see you next time.